Hi, I'm Sal with Grow Your Garden with Sal, and this is my story.
And I'm Dottie Mercer Plank of Dottie Mercer Plank on Cam. And we today are talking about a moringa tree. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yes, moringa.
Moringa.
Yes.
And this is how it starts, basically. And I put one of those in my ground, and I want to see it grow into this. Tell us about the moringa tree.
Yes. So a lot of people when they hear tree, they're gonna think it takes a long time to
Sure.
make. But this tree, once it gets hot, it could potentially grow 6 inches every 24 hours.
It grows 6 inches every 24 hours. Can you imagine that? And this is the thing that amazes me is you eat it, right?
Yes, it's got all your micronutrients. It's got vitamins. It's got vitamin A, and what's really strange about this tree, it's got all your amino acids, so all your proteins, even though it's a vegetable and it's not an animal, which is good for you because you're vegan.
That's right. So no wonder I love to eat a tree.
Yes.
I love to eat grass, right? All right. So tell us from the beginning then, when we get a moringa tree, you sell them here at Grow Your Garden with Sal,
Yes.
which used to be known as Sal's Old Timey Feed and Seed. It is
Mhm.
in Columbia on Hilltop
Drive.
I never know if
Yes.
it's road or drive. Hilltop Drive.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you can buy them at this level. And then from there, what do we do? What kind of environment does it need to grow?
Yes. What's great about this is it's like hot, 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 and it's getting hot, hot, hot. So that's the time to plant it. So now is a good time. It you could either plant it in a pot or you could plant it into the ground. If you do plant it into a pot, it's going to tend to throw roots down. So when it's time to move it, it's going to be stuck kind of into the ground. But what's good if you don't want to save this over the winter time because it will die in the winter. All you got to do is replant next year because it grows so quick.
Okay, so we'll have it for the year, and at the time of this recording, this is June,
Yes.
and so we're entering in the hot, hot months. So our moringa is going to love it. But you're saying, at what point would it die then?
Just whenever the first frost is.
Okay.
You could also try to save it by cutting it down and then wrapping it. This one actually did come back last year. Of course, it is in a high tunnel. You don't have to have it in a high tunnel. Right now, it actually would do better outside.
Okay, but it's getting a lot of sun through your tunnel here. Okay,
yes.
now talk about water, fertilizing, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so it likes good drainage. So if you're putting in a pot, I like to use the Sun Grow to 1 bag of cow because you don't need a whole lot of compost because it needs to be nice and fluffy. It also doesn't need a whole lot of water. It's going to kind of tell you when it's sad. Like this one right now, it's got some yellow on it. So it's telling me it needs some water. So I will go ahead and water it, but I won't water it too crazy. If you water it too crazy, it'll immediately turn yellow. It's almost like a mood ring where, I mean, it tells you if it's moody.
That's so cute. So yellow would indicate needs water, but it could also indicate too much water.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so you pretty much want to dry out between watering.
Okay, so tell us again some of the benefits, the health benefits of the moringa tree.
Yeah, so it's got all your amino acids, so it's got all your proteins in it. It also has vitamin A. In a lot of third world countries, people go blind because they don't have the vitamin A. A lot of babies go blind. There's some cultures that actually eat just this tree primarily.
Wow.
Yes,
wow,
and it's
amazing.
actually an Indian South Asia tree, but it grows really good in any climate that it's super hot and dry, like right now.
Yes, right.
And like I said, it grows so quick, so you can eat off these leaves, and the next day it's going to be 6 inches taller.
Yeah, well, I'm going to plant another one because the one that I had got mowed down. The guys didn't know. It's like, no, that's my tree, my moringa tree. So I'm going to plant another one and possibly see it grow several inches basically overnight until we get this. And how long did it take you to get this big tree?
Maybe about not even 5 weeks.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing. But you can start eating on the leaves right away.
It's also called the horseradish tree because of that nice horseradish. So you can saute it. There's several different things you can do with it. You can eat it raw like I do. You do. You can make it into a powder. It's got anti-inflammatory properties
yeah.
to it.
Excellent.
It helps with insulin resistance. I mean, this is like the miracle tree. Now, when you first plant this, it's going to grow really, really, really quick. You can let it get up to about 13 feet tall. When the stem is about the diameter of a quarter or better, you're going to cut it at about 4 feet at an angle, and that's going to make it bush out. If you don't cut it, it's going to go, all the leaves are going to be on the top, and you will need to go to Africa and get a giraffe to get it.
Yes, okay. All right. So when it's too tall, then cut it, but cut it at an angle.
Yes, and you want a real good stem. You want the stem to be really about a quarter or more.
Can you eat the stem?
You can eat the stem. Yes, you can grind it up. It's a little tough. I like to chew actually on the smaller parts of the stem, but every part of this tree is edible. Another thing in third world countries, the seeds, which we normally don't have enough of a summer for it to make a seed, but the seed purifies water. Isn't that crazy? So that's why it's called the miracle tree, the tree of life, horseradish tree. It's also called the drumstick tree because of the roots too. The roots kind of look like a drumstick.
Excellent. All right, it is a moringa tree. You can get it here at Sal's, which is Grow Your Garden with Sal. Used to be known as Sal's Old Timey Feed and Seed. Give them some phone numbers and addresses.
Yes, so you can reach us at salslocalseed.com. We're at 113 Hilltop Drive in Columbia, and our phone number is 803-786-6546.
And your website?
salslocalseed.com.
And you do mail out seeds. Now, can you mail out the moringa tree? Do you ever?
We can mail out the moringa tree, and we also have some seeds we can teach you how to grow. It's a little cantankerous growing from seeds, so we do recommend starting from the plants.
Perfect.
And we give you all the information on how to grow it too when you come.
All right, and I want to give my friend Judy Gatson a shout out because Kaled it. She knows.
I love that.
Isn't that a great shirt? She knows my love of kale. I eat kale literally almost every day, and sometimes several times a day. So Kaled it. So shout out to Judy for this T-shirt. I have gotten more wear out of this, and being a gardener now and focusing on our videos on our YouTube channel, it's a fun shirt to have for these.
It's a lot of fun.
Perfect. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.